Welcome, 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 welcome. Two. Unit. Six. Practice test. Right? Where we do PEMDAS. Huh. And we also do SADMAP. Lightsaber. Wait till we get to solving. Not yet.
After the beep, say something loud.
PEMDAS. Woo!
Star Wars sounds.
Whoa. Okay, here we go. So we're helping you right now on 6.R. This year, not including 6.4, next year might be different. But let's take a look and see. So we have to do the root. So the bottom number, remember, is the root. Pause me, try it on your own first, remember? This is a test. You're getting ready for a test. You should be able to take off the training wheels and do it by yourself now. Do it by yourself. So pause me, try it on your own. So we got 25 to 3 halves. So that's going to be the root is the square root of 25. And then we have the third power, right? Third power. So that means we have 3 25s, which is the square root of 25 times the square root of 25 times the square root of 25. 3 of them. Well, if you do it that way, Mr. Newbold, that's really easy. Square root of 5 is 5, is 5, is 5. So we get 125 as our answer. Woo! Ooh, remember what the negative does? So you write it over 1, and then you bring it down. So it's actually 1 over 64 to the positive 2/3. So 1 over 64, because you got to bring the negative, bring it down, make the exponent positive. Pause me, try it on your own. So then we get 1 over, the root is the third root, and we have 64 squared. Well, 64 squared, that means we have 2 of them. And if we have 2 of them, that means that we could have the cube root and the cube root, because there's 2 of them. There's 2 cube roots, right? X64 squared means there's 2 of them. And so the cube root of 64 is 4 times 4 times 4. So that's going to be our triplets there, that one of them comes out. So we get 4 times, this one is 4, 4 times 4 is 16. And then we bring it back up here and put it back into the fraction. So 1 over 16 is our answer there. Whoa, what do we do? Exponent to an exponent, what do we do? Exponent to an exponent. Do you remember? We multiply the powers. So we get 4 times 1/7. Well, 4 can be written over the number 1. So then we get x to the 4 times 1 is 4. And 1 times 7 is 7. So multiply straight across. And we get x to the 4 sevenths. Nice. The number 1 and 2, you don't have to rewrite as an exponent or a fraction or as a radical because it's just a whole number. But number 3, we got to rewrite it. So number 3 is going to be the 7th root of x to the 4th power is the other answer. Okay, so that's to the first power. We distribute. So we get negative 64. Let's see, 1 times 2/3. X to the 6 times 2/3. And y to the 9th times 2/3. Remember, distribute the powers. Okay, so then, let's see, 6 times 2 is 12. And 12 divided by 3 is 4. 9 times 2 is 18. 18 divided by 3 is 6. So all we have left is the 64. And so negative 64, interesting. Well, it's going to be the cube root, but negative 64 is being squared. So that's going to be a positive 64. Interesting. Yeah. So we kind of already did it here, right? We already did it here. And that just breaks down in 4 times 4 is 16. Yeah, so we're going to end up with negative. And then, because negative's in front. Oh, yeah, you can just put the I don't know. Can you put the... No. Can't put the negative front. So it's got to be inside. But then when you square it, it becomes positive. Cube root of 64. And so squared, it becomes a negative times a negative, right? When you square it, it's positive. And then that breaks down into two of them. So the cube root of 64 times the cube root of 64, which is 4 times 4, which is 16. So we get a positive 16, x to the 4th, y to the 6. Don't forget to bring that down. Okay, beautiful. Oh, do you remember how to, do you remember the same base? So first write it as a, so what you have to do first is you have to go ahead and write it as a fraction, right? Oh, did I mess up there? No, we're good on number 4. Okay, so number 5, you have to write it as a fraction. If my smartboard would not be so dumb. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. You're smart, you're smart. Stop it! Okay. Okay, here we go. So then we bring this down, and we have, that's an invisible 1. So that's x to the 1/7 times x to the 1/3, right? Because the 7th root is 1/7, and the 3rd root is 1/3. And now we have the same base, so we can combine those bases, and now we just have to add the powers. And so how do you add the powers? So to add the powers, you have to get a common denominator. Multiply by each other to the top and bottom. So this gets a 7 to the top and bottom. This gets a 3 to the top and bottom, So then we get x to the 3 over 3 times 7 is 21, plus 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 3 is also 21. And then we add those together, and we get x to the 10/21st as our answer. And we have to write that as a 21st root with x to the 10th power. Woo! Number 6 isn't going to be too bad because we have y over y to the 3rd power. We're going to bring it up and make it make it negative, so that we have y times y. So y to the 1st times y, bring it up and make it negative. And now we can subtract the powers. So now we're going to go ahead and change that 1. Double check we're still recording, because sometimes we've missed that. Don't want to miss the boat there. Okay, so now we need this 1 to become a 3rd, have thirds. So let's go ahead and let's do it, let's go ahead and do it right here. We'll just move this down a teensy bit. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we need to multiply, so 1 over 1 is what's happening, because any whole number can be written over 1. So 1 over 1, and we need to times it by 3 in the top and 3 in the bottom. Times it, so then you get y to the 3 over 3 minus 1 over 3, which is 2 over 3. Is our answer. And that would be the same as the cube root of y squared. Okay, let's see here. Ooh, number 7. That looks kind of tricky. Let's see. Let's break it down. Break it down as much as possible. So we're going to go ahead and do the 4th root of. So 16. What does 16 break down into? So 4 times 4. And that breaks down into 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And then we have, how many x's do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many y's do we have? 1, 2, 3. And on the bottom we have 11 y's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, well 3 of those y's are going to cancel at the top. So that's gone. We have a pair of 2's and a pair of 2's. Whoa, no, we need quadruplets. It's a quadroot. So it's not a cube root, but a quadroot. And so we need 4. We need whatever that is, not quintuplets, I don't think. Anyways, 4. We need 4 twins. And so that's going to be all of them. And so that's going to be a 2 and a 2 and a 2 and a 2. 4 of them cross out and 1 comes out. 4 of them crosses out and 1 comes out. And then in the bottom, don't forget the bottom. So in the bottom we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so that goes in the bottom. And so that's going to go down here as y squared. Woo! There's our answer for number 7. Number 8, we need a little bit more room there. So I'm just going to go ahead and do some erasing here. But did you already get 7 and 8? Did you already try on your own first? Did you pause me and try it on your own first? Pause me. Try it on your own first. Okay, so I'm going to erase this guy. So, let's try to turn them into fractions, and if possible there. So we have x to the first power. So that's negative 4 x to the 1/3 times 6 x to the 2/5. And now we can multiply the numbers. So negative 4 times 6 equals negative 24. And then we have the same base. And so same base means you can add the powers. Add the powers. So when you have the same base, you can go ahead and add those powers, right? So you can go and add those powers. Add the powers. Add the powers. So same base, add the powers. Good. Let's see. So now we have x to the 1/3 power times, so now it consolidates to just 1x. And so this is going to become a plus 2/5 power. And now we need to get a common denominator. So we're going to multiply by 3 to the top and bottom. So we get 6/15. And then we're going to multiply by 5 to the top and bottom here. And so we get 5 times 1 is 5 over 15ths. We're going to add those together. We bring down our x. We bring down our negative 24. And now, finally, last but not least, we get negative 24x to the 11/15. This is our answer. As well as negative 24x to the 11th power with the 15th root. Is our second answer. That's our second answer. Okay, there we go. Nice, nice. Okay, so now we're graphing. Do you remember how to graph? Whoa, what's that negative mean again? Do you remember? What's that negative mean? So it means go backwards. Go this way. So go backwards is what we're looking at there for the y and x value. Go backwards. And what does the 5 mean? The 5 means up 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're going to go backwards. So instead of the original parent function, which was over 1, up 1, and over 1, 2, 3, 4, up 2, right? That was our original parent function. We're going to go the other way. So we're going to go back 1, up 1, and back 1, 2, 3, 4, up 2. And there's our graph. There's our graph. With the domain actually coming from negative infinity to 0 for the x value. Negative infinity to 0 for the x value there. Did you get that right? Email me, come ask me questions if you don't get that. And then the range is going to start off at 5 at the y value, right? It's going to start off at the y value, which is right here at 5. And then we have 6, and we have 7, and we have 8 eventually. And so that's going to be 5 upwards to infinity. Number 10, super easy. Is it left 2 or right 2? You say it out loud. Go ahead. I'm waiting. Left 2 or right 2? What is it? Good. It's the opposite, what you think. So that 2 is actually going to be right 2 and down 4. So we go right 2 and down 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's our new origin. That's our new origin. Now remember the parent function, you guys. The parent function is like this. So negative numbers don't work. Negative numbers don't work. But 0 works. The square root of 0 is 0. The square root of 1 is, oopsie. So if we choose over 1, we choose over 1, and then we plug it in there. So that's going to be the square root of 1 is 1. So we have 0, 0, 1, 1. And then if you plug in a 2, 4, the square root of 4 is not a decimal. It's square root of 4 is 2. So those are our, we're going to go 0, 0, over 1, up 1, over 4, up 2 from from our new origin, from our new starting point. So we're going to go over 1, up 1, and over 1, 2, 3, 4, up 2. And there it is. And so our x value, right, our x value is the domain. X value is the domain. So we're going to say we're going from 2 to the right forever. And then the y value is the range. And so we're saying we're going -4, -5, oops, -3. Over here is -2, -1, 0, and it's going to keep going on forever. So that's actually going to be the y value is the range, and that y value is -4 to infinity. Nice. Okay, so stay tuned for our next video. Thanks for watching. Woo! Stay tuned for our next video. Thanks for watching. Wayo. Next video.